Hello, welcome or welcome back to the YarnNYarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all the places you can find me should be linked in the description box below this video. Here on the channel you'll find me chatting about my adventures in knitting, spinning, crochet and weaving, all of the fibre related things. Welcome to part 4 of my Vlogmas-ish series of videos this year. It is Monday the 9th of December as I'm recording this. Not a whole heap of exciting stuff has happened today. I have been back to work, my day job, after almost 10 days out of the office. So yeah, it was a very busy day of catch up today. And when I got home from work this evening, I immediately started working on editing the last part of Vlogmas. So yeah, it's now approaching 7:30 in the evening. This is the first time I'm getting to chat to you or sit down and do anything. So of course I'm spending the first little bit of that kicking off this next vlog. So today I think the only bit of knitting I've managed to do was a teeny tiny little bit of knitting on one of my scrappy socks at lunchtime. I needed a break from the office. As I say, it was very chaotic going back after a break, trying to catch up with everything. So I needed a break from the office. So I went and sat in my car for 15 minutes at lunchtime and just added a few rows to one of my socks. But apart from that, I haven't really done anything else creative, other than while I was video editing this evening, I worked on my scrappy blanket. So I thought I'd just quickly chat to you about what's been happening with that project the last few days. I barely got any knitting time at the weekend where I went to visit my brother. Although we were at home a lot, my 3-year-old niece, she's so energetic, so full on. She wants you to be engaging with her all the time. So there was very little knitting time, and I'd much rather have been spending the time with her anyway. That was the whole reason for going down, is to spend time with family. So I did manage to add a little bit to my blanket. I finished off this mini skein here, which was from my mitten advent that I put together myself, my yarn advent this year. And the yarn was from Caroline from Colourful Creativity, one that I reclaimed from an advent swap that we did a couple of years ago. Also, I've added another mini skein, which wasn't actually part of my mitten advent, but I wanted to extend the red strip here. This is the first stripe in my blanket, so I wanted to extend that as far as possible. And I found a set of mini skeins that I'd forgotten I had, and a couple of other leftovers in a bag in the cupboard about a week ago. And so I just threw those into my project bag for this project. I'm going to be adding as much red as I can to this project before I stop those stripes. So yeah, anything that I've got left now, I think I've got 2 lots of leftover reds I'm going to add to this first stripe. The second stripe I've already put on waste yarn. I'm not going to be adding any more to that. And I know that I'm not going to be adding any more red because in my mitten advent I've pulled out the first couple of orange mini skeins. So I'm starting the 3rd stripe on this blanket, what I've been working on this evening as I've been video editing. I'm relatively far behind again with this project. I've got one more orange mini skein from my advent mittens to add once I've finished the one I'm currently working on. And then today, this evening, I opened yesterday's mitten because I completely forgot to do that when I got home from my travels yesterday. And I got this mini skein, which is another from Caroline's. That's going to go into my crochet blanket, so I can pop that one aside for now. And then today's mini is this one, and it's obviously going to be the next stripe, so my first yellow. This came from my lovely friend Jeanette. She gave me an amazing mini skein set from Easy Knits. To be quite honest though, I'm getting a little bit sick of the sight of this project at the minute because it's the only thing I've worked on for days. I'm going to carry on working on it this evening because there's not much of my evening left. I'm very tired and this is a really easy, straightforward knit. So I'm going to see how much I can get done this evening on this blanket project. And then tomorrow, I'm promising myself I'm going to work on something different tomorrow evening when I get home from work. That's where we're at. Not much knitting progress to share for the last few days, but you know, our crafting time ebbs and flows. Before I go and make some dinner and then sit down for the evening, I'm going to open day 9 package from my fibre advent from my lovely friend Lisa. If you've watched the other parts of this Vlogmas series this year, you already know what's going on with this fibre swap that I've done. Ooh, these are amazing. I don't know how well the colour's going to show up in this light. beautiful greens and blues. Oh, that's stunning. Fibre for this is merino and whiteface woodland, and the inspiration is the wintry garden, which seems, as always, for this advent, absolutely perfect for the fibre that's popped out of that package. My tea today is Night Sky Calm. I could definitely do with a bit of calm today after my chaotic return to work. I feel like I haven't had any time to myself to think in the last couple of weeks, but I'm happy to say I was able to book a day off work on Friday, so I shall hopefully be able to calm down and catch up and have a sort of long weekend to myself this weekend. We'll see. Anyway, I'm digressing and I'm waffling. There's also a chocolate penny in this package. Nom nom. Right, I'm going to stop waffling at the camera. We've got the vlog started. We're all good. I shall carry on with my day, get some blanket knitting done this evening, and then hopefully we can move on to something else tomorrow. Hey friends, it is Wednesday and I think it's the 12th of December. I'm completely losing track. It's a very grey and gloomy day here in South Wales. It's 8:30 in the morning. I thought brightening, like sitting in front of the Christmas tree, would brighten things up a bit, but I'm not convinced that it has. Anyway, I didn't take much footage yesterday. It was just a day at work, and then by the time I'd got home, made dinner and had a bath, the day was done. So I didn't, in fact, as I promised on Monday, move on to other projects. I worked on my advent blanket. That was just what I was drawn to. I guess it was what I had the brain power to do. And so that's what I did. Don't have the blanket in front of me, annoyingly, to share with you. I'll try and take a little bit of footage to pop in and show you what I've done. So yesterday, I in fact pulled out another nugget of red yarn from my advent mittens, which kind of surprised me, although obviously I put this advent together, it was a couple of weeks ago now, and I'd forgotten what I'd done. And so once I started getting the other colours, I assumed that all the red was done. But I've gone back to red again, so yeah, that was quite a nice surprise. I have also worked out that I might have scuppered myself a little bit for working on this project every day, because so far I've pulled out 2 orange yarns and 1 yellow yarn. And if you remember, I'm doing 2 strips of each colour. So in order to start the yellow stripe, I need 2 stripes of orange. But the second orange yarn that I pulled out was quite a small quantity. So I don't think I have enough length in that second orange stripe to add the entirety of the yellow yarn that I've pulled out, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Hopefully, as I say, there'll be a little shot of the blanket and you can maybe see what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it. I guess I'll have to see what the next few days of the mitten advent bring. So I'm more or less caught up on that. I've just got that 1 yellow mini skein to add to the blanket, and obviously whatever comes out of the mittens today. I need to crochet up the 2 mini skeins as well, so I'm not as far behind as I was, or at least I felt a couple of days ago, so I'm all good on that project. Plans for today are to try and finish these gnomes that I was working on up in Yorkshire. So I'm going to get onto that. I've got some bits to do out of the house today. I've got to go into town and pick up a few bits so I can get some Christmas parcels out to my niece and nephews. So that's on the agenda, as well as tons of house stuff. I've also been hinting that I've got a little bit of a project hit list for December, things that I really want to try and get finished, and we're already like 12 days into the month and I've not picked up anything from that list. So I have brought into the room with me from upstairs the first project on that hit list, and I thought I'd share it with you. We'll see how we get on with this over the next couple of days, and it's my Heritage Harbour sweater. So I've got as far as, I think I've finished the first sleeve. I haven't yet done the tubular bind off, because I just need to retry this on and make sure that the sleeve is long enough. I think it is, but I just wanted to double check before I do that bind off. And then I've got this second sleeve to finish and work on. So I think, let me just do a quick count up. I've not got too many stripes to get done. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 more of these sort of colour stripes to add into the second sleeve. So I reckon if I get cracking, I can have that done in a couple of evenings. This is going to be my priority project over the next couple of days after I've got the gnomes finished. The gnomes should literally take an hour or so to finish, she says bravely. Yeah, hopefully later on this evening, you will see some footage of me working on that Heritage Harbour. Before I get cracking with the rest of my day, I have got today's fibre advent to open, and I've also got another fun, amazing gift parcel to share with you, or the contents of. So let's open this one up together. Ooh, let you have a quick peek in there. Ooh, this one is very dramatic, but I'll share with you the treats first. I have got a Clipper tea. This looks like it's chamomile, lemon balm, lavender. Nice nighttime infusion. I have a chocolate coin to scoff later, and this is the fibre, and it's really lovely, sort of contrasty. It's that deep black colour with this, it's either a blue or a lilac, I'm not sure. The light's not great. My eyes don't want to work at the moment, they're just so tired. So colour subtleties are a little bit lost on me at the moment, but look at those beauties. And this is called Collins Grey Eyes and Black Lashes. And this is Black Welsh Mountain and Merino. So I shall look forward, as always, to spinning these up. And thank you so much, Lisa, for another fabulous day of fibre. I still haven't started that spin, but there's no rush. I will enjoy it when the time arrives. As for my gift parcel, this arrived here while I was away up in Yorkshire. From one of our lovely community members, Sarah. And Sarah spoils me quite frequently. She sent me a package only a few weeks ago, and then I had no idea this one was coming. Sarah sent me 2 really amazing little gifts, and this fabulous handmade Christmas card too, which also has Merry Christmas in Braille inside, which I absolutely love. So Sarah sent me this. I haven't unpacked it from the plastic packaging yet, but Merry Christmas! Isn't that just fantastic? I'm wondering if I can put like a hanging thing on it and have it hanging on the tree, or whether it might be a tad too big and slightly too heavy for that. If not, I will probably pop it up on the mantelpiece. I'll try and figure that out later. On my to-do list for today is to actually properly decorate, festivify the mantelpiece. I managed to get the tree done last week, but I haven't properly done the mantle, so yeah, I'll figure that out later. As well as Christmas, I also have some absolutely amazing handspun yarn. So this is some of Sarah's handspun, and I have not brought the label down with me, but this was I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, a John Arbon special colourway, and I think it was called Nanny Og, which I've mentioned my love of Discworld, I think, several times here on the podcast before. I knew as soon as I opened this exactly what I wanted to make with it, and there should be the sort of perfect quantity for the project that I have in mind, and it might become one of my 12 cast-ons if I can fit it in. But what an absolute treat to receive hand-spun yarn from someone else. I absolutely know and appreciate how much time and effort goes into spinning yarn, so yeah, I appreciate this so much. Thank you, Sarah, for the wonderful gifts. You know, there was also a fantastic 2025 stitch marker in the package as well. So yeah, I am feeling very blessed, very spoiled at the moment, and very grateful for the wonderful connections that I've made through the fantastic fibre community and sharing stuff on Instagram and YouTube. I'm forever grateful for the friendships that I've developed, both people that I have got to meet in person and folks like Sarah who I've not met in person, but we have been following each other on Instagram for a long time now. It's just, yeah, it's a real blessing. It's Thursday and I am working from home today. It's my lunch break, so I thought I would hop on quickly and open up today's fibre advent. I'm sitting somewhere, I don't know if I've ever recorded in this room before. It's our spare bedroom and it's currently filled with boxes and bags of yarn from when I shut down the YarnNYarns physical shop. And I mean, that's quite a few years ago, and I still haven't managed to sort it all out and go through it and figure out what I'm doing with some of this older stock. But hey ho, that's by the by. Maybe next year will be the year that I figure all that out. Who knows? Day 12. Yesterday, I think I went through the whole day thinking it was the 12th of December, and it's actually the 12th today, so I was a day ahead of myself. Let's see what is inside today's envelope. Ooh. Had a little sneaky peek then. Ooh. Treats first. I have got a hot chocolate here. Love a hot chocolate in the winter, and I don't think I've had one at home yet. No, I don't think I have. And a chocolate penny, so I shall be going into a chocolate coma later. Love it. You can never have too much chocolate, can you? Oh my gosh, this how beautiful are they? And the fibre is merino. The inspiration is blue of the sky over the moor. I had a little message chat with Lisa the other day, and she made a flippant comment saying, after I said that I'd loved a couple of the colours that had popped up, and she said, oh, I think it's all downhill from here. But to me, they're just getting better and better as we go through the advent. And part of me really wishes that I'd had the time and the opportunity to start spinning these every day back at the beginning of December, because I can't wait to see what beautiful yarns these are going to make. The other part of me is happy that I didn't put pressure on myself to do that, and that I'm not trying to do that now. Otherwise I would be on catch up the same as I am with my mitten advent, and yeah, I just want to enjoy these fibres when I get to spin them. I don't want to feel kind of under pressure to try and get through them, quote unquote, get through them. So yeah. Absolutely stunning. Thank you, Lisa. I need to scoff my soup and sandwich and get back to work for the afternoon. Only a few hours left. I started early today. It's 12:30 now, and I'm going to be finishing about 3:30. Not too many more hours to survive. And then also I have a day off tomorrow, so I hope we can do something a little bit more festive, a little bit more Christmassy tomorrow. I'm hoping, if I feel okay, that maybe we can go into Cardiff and have a look at some of the Christmas lights and stuff. So yeah, I feel like my Vlogmas hasn't been super festive so far, but that's just what life is like here at the moment, and I hope you don't mind, and I hope you are enjoying the videos anyway. Time to end this instalment of Vlogmas. It's Friday morning as I'm recording this, but the rest of my Friday will be in a future Vlogmas instalment. I thought I would just do a little roundup of some of the things that I've managed to make the last few days. First thing, and I haven't actually showed these, I don't think, complete on the vlog, is I finished my 2 little handspun advent gnomes. There will be a vlog going up on the Patreon channel for everyone who is Shawl tier and above, so that should be going up over on Patreon in the next few days. And also I have decided that I'll be giving away one of these gnomes on my Patreon channel as well. The video, as I mentioned, will be for everyone on Shawl tier above, but the giveaway will be available and open to anyone who is a subscribed member over on Patreon. So yeah, I'm really happy that these 2 little fellows got finished. I have, of course, been working mostly this last few days on my northeasterly blanket using the little minis that are coming out of my advent mittens. It's all a little bit tangled up here at the moment. But I've mostly been working on my orange stripes the last couple of days, and I'm working on the yarn that came out of the advent yesterday. Relatively caught up-ish in terms of the knitting on the northeasterly. The one mini skein that I've got left, obviously I've got this little nugget here. I've got the yellow, which I should be able to add after I've put this one in. So hopefully my concerns about not being able to use all of the minis are not valid, but we'll see what comes out of the mittens in the next few days. I do still have a couple of the minis from my advent to crochet up. I managed to crochet 4 little squares from one of the mini skeins. Oops. The other evening, so I need to join those together, and I've still got this one to crochet up. And then in addition, a couple of the minis that came out of the advent that were in my previous swap with Caroline were really big, like 20 grams big. So I've actually wound off enough of those. I've added them to my northeasterly, but I've wound off enough of those to also make squares for my crochet blanket. So in total at the moment I've got 3 of these to catch up on in crochet, but they won't take that long at all. My plan is to crochet all of those for sort of mini squares, and then at some point in the future I'll have one big session on joining them all together. And then finally I've been working on my Heritage Harbour, and I got so close yesterday to what I think is going to be finishing the second sleeve. As I keep mentioning, I do need to try this on and just make sure that the cuff's about the right length and I don't need to add any more. But I've got one more colour stripe left. I've got one more colour stripe left. But I decided to take a break from that and have a bath in the evening, and then I went back to working on my northeasterly after I got out of the bath because I didn't want to get too far behind with that. So with any luck this will get finished this evening. We shall see. It's all dependent on whether those sleeves are long enough or whether I have to add a few more of the ribbing rows before I can do the tubular bind off. So yeah, another few busy days, but I did manage to get a little bit of making done, so that's always a bonus, isn't it? Let me know in the comments below what you've been working on, how your December has been, how your last few days have been. Have you been up to anything fun and festive? Have you got all of your gifts made? I'm not really making any gifts this year, so there's no pressure on me from that point of view. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, and for all of the comments that you've been making on my previous Vlogmas videos. I've been enjoying hearing about your Decembers. I will of course be back again with some more Vlogmas content and some more making content soon, so I hope you will join me for the next video. But until we do get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some other things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs to you all. Bye for now. Bye.